we are live. Where are you in the world? Where are you right now in this moment? We are floating on a planet. Let's have some freaking fun. Why don't we? Reminder, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to achieve anything. You can completely live exactly how you are, and everything is perfect. This broadcast is to help people align with their calling, simply to maximize the joy in their life and to have some fun expressing their full potential. So I'm super lit up about this. I would love all your feedback. Leave some comments in the chat. Ask your questions as you go, because I want these videos to drive purpose. I want people to really, truly lean into their unique gifts. And we'll start with that. The first step is owning that you have this compass in your heart, and your heart has a unique gift to share with the world. And so often we're unclear about that, and we don't trust our heart. One of the greatest things I've learned about myself is when I had low self-worth, I had gifts that I had come naturally to me. And because they came naturally to me, I didn't value them. So I didn't pursue them. For example, using my voice, speaking like this, speaking on stage, being the life coach, energy coach, even training dunking. When I was dunking, I had imposter syndrome. So when people asked me how to dunk, I didn't feel like training them because I thought I can do it. Anybody can do it. I didn't give myself any credit because it came naturally to me. So that is one of the first clues I want you to think about yourself. Is there something that comes super natural to you? And also the title of this video is Align with Your Calling, because you don't have to find it. It's already calling you now. It's just about your willingness to answer. And I say that word willingness because nobody is more capable of doing something. There's just people more willing to answer that call. And that's every step I've taken in my life, is just the willingness, the courage to just align and say yes to that next exciting step. And I say that exciting step because I believe our callings come in a high frequency. Highest is joy, bliss. I love the word excitement. That gets me pumped. So are you willing to follow your excitement? Now, we said the natural gifts may not come because, or we may not allow them because we don't value them. So that's one. But then excitement. A lot of times excitement and joy, pure joy, has no reason. It's pure joy. So our mind intellectually overthinks and says, where is this joy going? How is this going to make me money? How is this going to make a business? Your job is not to know how. Your job is to find what lights you up and move towards it. I believe everybody has a unique expression. We came from this explosion of the universe, and we are all one. And we all have our unique way of experiencing the universe and expressing how the universe is expressing through us. Okay? So now when you're doing that, what lights you up is your clue of like, ooh, that's my unique expression. Because something may light me the F up, but not light you up. So how are you leaning into what lights you up? And what's blocking you from following what lights you up? From the way you train your body, from the business that you run, to the relationships you have. So I ask you in the chat, leave a comment. What lights you up? I want to actually know about you. I want to know, what is your gift that you're giving to the world? For me, I've learned it's my voice. I've taken tests, I've taken personality tests, and those are all just permission slips and reminders of what I truly love to do. But you can just look at your clues, and some of the clues are, what did you do as a kid? What do you do every day? For example, I love rapping. I've tried piano every couple months, and it doesn't stick. But I like to look at it like this vibration going up in my potential, and like, you have to explore these other areas, but which one keeps coming back? For me, it's my voice. I could talk about this all day long. I could work with clients all day long on these subjects. But if people ask me, how do you grow your YouTube channel? How do you strategize this? Anything with strategy, I get burnt out quick. So with the low self-worth, a lot of times I used to look at other people that were successful and in their zone of genius and be like, oh, maybe that's what I should do, because I didn't trust in my own heart. So are you willing to trust in your own heart? And I see some people joining now. Where are you in the world? I'd love to know, have you aligned with your calling? Are you taking steps to express your high potential and make your impact on the world? Are there any blocks? Are there any limiting doubts? limiting beliefs, self-doubts. What comes up for you? What are you excited about in this world? What brings you the most excitement? For me, it's being on bigger stages and inspiring people. Like the thought of coming together and lighting the world up literally excites me. That's it. It's simple. That's the other thing about knowing the heart. I have practices to understand the mind and the heart, and just to create space to see who's talking. Because when you're coming from the heart, that heart frequency is the soul frequency, is the joy frequency. You don't need to figure out what the heart wants to do or why. It's just a feeling. And when you access that, the heart is very simple. Oh, I got a like. Thank you. The heart is always simple. I just want to do this. I want to inspire. And it's always a simple knowing. If it's like, do I want to do this? Yes, that's it. There's no explaining it. There's no needing to explain it. And explaining actually just slows you down. New Hampshire, what's up, Magnet Pirate, aka Jason? So when you're aligning with your calling, it is always calling you. So what is pulling you? And I love that feeling, because even when you're training your body, like people look at the way I work out when I used to dunk, it looks like I'm training so hard, but I wish you could know what it feels like. That's why I'm making this video, to know what it feels like to align with your calling, because of how it pulls you so strongly, because it's exciting to you. And that's where I feel like something beyond me is pulling me, because I could be pulled in all different directions, a million different ways: surfing, running, training. What else do people do? Designing buildings. I have no interest in designing a building like an architecture. I like the art and filling it with art and making it look cool and actually like creating a cool space. But some people are lit up by that. I'm not. And that to me is a unique thing that we all have. So how are you tapping into your uniqueness, and how are you aligning with that purpose? And also, when you are lit up and you're in that high frequency of being so lit up, you are vibrating at that frequency, which is the greatest thing for everyone. And that's how you're going to make your greatest impact. The law of Dharma is your unique gifts, which is purpose. Dharma is purpose. Your unique gifts matching a unique need in the world. So if you are not lit up in your job, if you're not lit up in your body, meaning if you feel like you have more you can train, if you're not lit up in your relationships, you're not doing anyone a service. You're actually doing them a disservice. So we need you to shine. We need you to start feeling into your heart and saying, this is what my heart wants to do. This would light me up more than anything, and start moving towards that. And I'm here to help that. I do energy coaching. It's private coaching. I have workshops coming up. I want to be on bigger and better stages. I want my podcast to blow up. All these different things. This is what my way, this is what lights me up, talking about these things. As you can tell, it's about accessing what's true to me, sharing my voice, and helping other people unlock their fullest potential. And I've just learned that from dunking. I didn't want to teach them how to lift or what reps and sets to do. I wanted to unlock their motivation within. When I did the camera, when I did content for almost 10 years, it wasn't about creating killer videos. It was about sharing my voice and performing. And with clients, it was about helping them unlock their most authentic expression, helping them share their truth on camera and spread their message to the world. So that's what I want to do. And this is where we've come to, the energy behind it, aligning with your calling, understanding you have these subconscious beliefs that are not serving you. So how do we find our calling? How do we align with it? Get really quiet. Ask yourself, what lights me up? It's that simple. And how can you take a step towards it today? It's really good to know yourself. The more you know yourself, the better, because we all need each other. And just like we all have our unique expressions, we all complement each other perfectly. So if you know yourself so well, you can know what you don't have. For me, I love when someone gives me a structure, a frame. Someone brings me on their podcast, I am lit up because they throw questions at me and that frames me up perfectly. It's so easy. If they say, hey, Steve, how do you do this? Boom, 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 boom. That's why I jumped on here, because I'm like, I want to talk about aligning with our calling. I want to talk about finding our purpose, using our purpose, living our purpose, and making our impact. And again, we don't need to do any of this. Reminder, you don't need to achieve anything. You don't need to do anything. And if you have space in your life to do that, you get to do it. How much fun can we have? How much fun do you want to have? That's a story you can tell yourself. And the mind has all different stories. You can tell it in any way. The universe is actually neutral, in my belief. It's not even telling us. I think there's a life force that wants us to survive and grow, but it's not always giving us the good stuff. It's going to give us what we believe and what we choose to see. If I say, look at all the things, Tony Robbins says this a lot. Look at all the things around you that are brown. Look at all the things. And then close your eyes, look for something blue. You didn't see anything blue because you're choosing what you're looking for. And what you choose, you're going to see. So your calling, if you can see it as the greatest gift you can give to the world and the greatest ecstasy you can feel, that is going to be the greatest thing you can feel. And that is the ultimate. I just want more people to feel that feeling of that pull. So that's a quick burst for today. I'd love to hear from you. What is your gift? What's in the way of you sharing your gifts? Do you not know your gift, or are you afraid to share it? Because one other thing is about when you're aligning with this frequency, this high frequency, the universe is made of vibrations. We are just vibrations. And so if you can trust that you're operating, you can trust your heart saying, this is my heart speaking. I know it's my joy. Then it's going to make it easier to take that step. And now if anybody says you shouldn't, or if anybody tries to pull you back down, you can say F you. But it's not about you saying F you to their total being. It's saying F you to their blocks, to their stories, because you can separate them from their truth as well, because they have the same pull within them to meet you up here. And you're actually going up here to say, I want to meet you here. And if they don't, that's up to them. But you have to, I have a song coming out called People Pleaser, and it's all about me embodying this energy as I'm done explaining, done containing myself, done draining myself. Those are some of the bars. And it's for the best of everybody. We can only dim ourselves. Nobody can drain us. So how do you find your calling? You just listen. You just answer it. It's calling you right now. That's why it's called a calling. That's from Wayne Dyer. Your calling is always calling. Are you willing to answer? I'm here for you. If you want a deep dive, I have free sessions to get clear on what's blocking you. So if we want to work together further, we can. Stay tuned for my workshops. I'd love to hear if this resonates. If you like this video, hit a like, share it with somebody who might resonate, because I want to find more people that want to hear this message, that need this message, because this is my calling. I want to be on stages going nuts, whether it's performing my music, doing workshops. I want to light people up, and I want to help other people share their gifts with the world. It's no better feeling to feel that calling coming through you and pulling you. This book right here, happen to have it handy, Power versus Force. It's all about, David Hawkins, by the way, it's all about force is you trying to think of what you want to do, trying to force things. And if you're feeling that, it's because you're trying too hard. You're trying to control it. You're trying to do it yourself from your mind. Come from your heart and feel that power of everything coming through you. Imagine all the forces of nature on your side when you're following your calling, because you're tuned in. It's not just you. Do you think you beat your heart? Who beats your heart? Who breathes your body? Who repairs your body when you break down muscles? There's a life force energy coursing through you, and that is the same as your calling in this life, your unique expression and your unique gifts. Let it come through you, and it comes through excitement. And find your word that lights you up, but mine is excitement. And if you find that it literally lights you up and it's your joy, your cells come alive, then you know you're in that frequency. And I say this because I used to doubt that was my highest frequency. How do I know it's joy? How do I know it's not my ego? Because my ego loves it. And it's like, am I choosing that for my mind when I'm overanalyzing? But you can't. Joy has no purpose. If you just say yes and it makes you feel good, that's all you need to know. That is your calling. I want to see more people stepping into their brightest light, and we all need it. The brighter you shine, the more light there is. You can't dim anybody by shining too bright. You know what I'm saying? You can't have too many lights on. As maybe you could in a room if it's like freaking blinding you. But you know what I mean? If you look at it like a fire, if you light someone else's fire with your candle, let's see if I have a candle. If you're a candle and you light another candle, now there's 2 candles lit. That's okay. That's actually good. Agree. Carrot Time says he agrees. All right, I'm going to hop off here in a second. Thank you so much. I want my podcast to go off. I want my content to go off. It starts with you guys sharing, commenting. I want to hear your gifts. I want to build a community of energy freaks, which is we are one frequency sharing our unique frequency. We are one vibration, and we all have our own unique frequency in that vibration. What is your freak? How you get freaky with it? Come on now. All right. Thank you so much. Let me know if this was helpful. If you want me to do it more, I would love to join more. I hope more people join, and let's get the energy going. Amplify together. Let's ride.